California dreaming about you.
Robby Gordon hits the wall. The yellow comes out. Little fire on the turbocharger. That's oil, and it's not a real concern to the driver as Robby Gordon climbs out. Boy, he had a spectacular day to that point. Robby Gordon was in third place. In fact, was assuming second as Fittipaldi pulled into the pits.
And that's the opposite end of the track that he had the crash at earlier. So he has really tested the walls here at Phoenix today.
It's turn one has been the rough place. Boy, he's mad. He really feels bad for what's happened. It probably was his fault. He probably was out. There's Foyt talking to somebody down there trying to figure out what happened.
I want to be careful. We don't know that what caused this accident. We merely saw the car come off the wall.
Yeah.
Robby acting like that, it would seem to be logical that maybe something put him up there that wasn't of his own making.
Well, it could have been another car even. But you know, a guy's always mad when he wrecks. The kid has been the shining star today. He's really been the class act.
Let's go to the pit side, see what A.J. Foyt thinks about that.
AJ, it's really been an up and down weekend. The crew worked so hard to get Robby out there, then he makes this tremendous run, and now the frustration.
Well, it's just one of them things we knew we'd go through some of this year. You know, we got here, we tested a couple weeks ago, we ran pretty decent, not like we wanted to, and we come here, made some adjustments, and first practice session we lost a blower with 5 laps in the practice, and then we had the other car had a fuel pickup problem. Then we turned around this morning and shook down this car. We changed the motor in. It was running very, very well, and then we had an accident this morning, and then we changed everything and got out here about 1 minute before they said, gentlemen, start your engines. He did one hell of a job, and I just told him before that happened on the radio, take it easy, baby. We're doing good. Take it easy.
Well, he's out of the race now. I tell you, this got to be tougher than being a race driver, huh?
Well, I would say so. You know, it hurts, but I know it hurts him too. But we'll be back at Long Beach. We'll be tough there.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks.
Thank you.
Paul?
Andretti by Robby Gordon.
Nice. Don't let him in. Don't let him in. Now you got him. Keep him out.
And what is he going to say about this? Derek Walker talking to his driver.
Good. Gather her back up again. That's okay. You got him. Just settle down. Doing fine.
Here it is.
Not only that, he's running out in the debris out there. In other words, you can take that chance, you can go out there, you can really make a move, but at the same time you're risking a lot, and you'll get a lot of that crap that sort of collects along the track and debris, and it can cut a tire.
So Jack Harut, now Robby's back in.
Well, Paul, they've taken the wounded tire off. It was just ripped to shreds on the left side, and Robby Gordon is totally frustrated. You can hear the car missing. That's because he's got the floorboard. He's got the gas pedal down to the floorboard and the button keeping him from over-revving. That's frustration.
And there's the tire. Cost Robby Gordon what may have been another win. Let's take a look at the restart again. This is from Michael Andretti.
Robby Gordon wanted to be a part of that celebration, but not. Tell us now about this incident there at the end of the race with Michael Andretti and the contact.
Well, you know, we were running. I tried to put a lube on Michael and Jill going down in turn one, and he gave me a flat tire. So then at the end, we were just shaking our fists at each other, and these cars have got heavy steering. We just barely touched tires.
Are you going to have punitive action, do you think, from IndyCar officials?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it was good, clean racing, but, you know, 2 flats for Michael Andretti in 1 race just doesn't count.
There you have it from Robby Gordon.
And there you see it. So Michael Andretti and Robby Gordon together, and the explanation
steering
from Robby.
When I'm in the draft, just down the draft, like, you know, I can't run with those guys by myself, and they heat me up. Okay, go, go, go. Watch your outside. You're good, you're good, good, good. Keep going, keep going. Michael's coming. I know. Can you reach it?
Okay, let's come back in again.
No, each side. We got to come back in again. We want to make sure this is topped up with gas.
If he continues to block us coming into the pits, he us up when we came in the pits, we're going to put a tire out and we're going to punch his lights out if he doesn't get out of the way.
Coming down into the same area in turn 3, Magnussen looking to the inside. Robby starts to push him down into the apex, and they just make wheel-to-wheel contact.
Robby got it around there in such a way. Let's look and make sure. Some debris at the front of Robby's car, but they may be able to get one, if not both of those, restarted. Kart safety team will come out and try to pull them back. Remember, Robby Gordon involved in incident 2, and he is out now with Jan.
Yes, and unfortunately, Robby, we saw Jan Magnussen come and make an aggressive move. Did you see him coming?
I looked back coming off of turn 2, and it looked like he was about 6 car lengths behind me, so I figured no way he had an opportunity of passing me going down into turn 3. You know, we've been really struggling with this car ever since St. Louis. You know, it hasn't been right. We've tried twisting and do everything else. You know, I think when we get back this weekend, we're going to have to cut it up.
Cut it up? You mean like saw it in half?
Chainsaw, I don't know, something. Cut it up. We'll glue it back together. Maybe it'll be better.
Thanks, Robby.
You know, you can only say that as a driver, Paul, if you're also the team owner.
Also the driver and owner, exactly.
Going in the corner right there, he just gets a touch. Right, ooh, and the back end gets off the gas. Was that Tony Stewart that he made contact with Robby? And through the grass.
Boy, those roof laps really did their job then, because that car wanted to take off.
It sure did, and Robby Gordon, I don't believe, hit anything.
Just a long and very scary slide. You can see the damage there on the left side of the left rear of the car where he was tapped, triggering the incident. You can see that Robby Gordon is having a what appears to be a heated conversation with Tony Stewart. There's whoa! Knock it off! You're fucking out of here! Take off! Hey, enough! Enough!
Wow. Robby, you didn't bring your team. I mean, you went over to talk to Tony, but he went to the wrong spot. You don't have your guys.
Emotions are high, of course, because everything is so important. It's important to practice well. It's important to do well in the Twin 125s tomorrow and get yourself a good spot in the Daytona 500. Here is the replay once again.
Left-hand side of the screen, the front car is Robby Gordon. The second car is Tony Stewart. And right there, they make contact. You know, was Robby Gordon trying to block Tony Stewart? Was Tony Stewart trying to go someplace that he doesn't? We can't tell from that angle. Only those two guys know.
Down to Bill Weber.
And Robby Gordon has returned to his garage and talking it over with his crew. There is a lot on the line here, certainly for Tony Stewart, a potential run at the Winston Cup Championship, and for Robby Gordon, a return to this series. What happened out there, Robby, as you saw?
Well, Bill, I'm going to tell you my point of view. I'm sure Tony's will be a little different. One thing...
We'll go ahead and let the 16 car of Kevin LePage back out here because it's right next to us. That way we can all hear. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
We just, you know, we were playing draft and practice out there, and I went around Tony on the outside. Thought I was clear coming down the back straight. Turned me around, you know, but... He says, oh, I ran him down the grass. I know I didn't have him even down to the dotted line yet. So, you know, we just... One thing about it, when the cars get side by side, they catch back up, and I'm just getting a little used to it. Got a lot to learn still.
Obviously, you went over there to discuss his view of it.
Well, I mean, I was like, hey, you know, why you hit me? It's only practice. I mean, you can tap the brake a little bit or whatever. And he says, oh, you pushed me in the grass. And I know he wasn't in the grass yet, but it's okay. No big deal. You know, I guess he got a little heated. He pushed me, so then I grabbed him. So you know how it goes from there.
There's a lot on the line here, isn't there, Robby? This means a lot to every one of these drivers in this garage.
The Daytona 500 is a very, very important race, and we're all, you know, working really hard to get in the show. And I'm sure tempers are starting to flare a little bit, you know, getting into the last few minutes of practice before the 125. So unfortunate what happened to our car. Sorry what happened with Tony. I guess that's what we call racing.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You're getting a lot of people coming over to tell you what they saw. Tell us what happened, Tony.
Well, I mean, everybody's out there drafting today. There's no points paid today. There's no money paid today. It doesn't determine any starting positions today. And, you know, Robby got to run off a 2 on me, and I'm down on the inside by myself. And, you know, the way this draft works, it's kind of like watching geese fly in the air. It's in a V, and I was ahead, and he got the draft and pulled ahead, so I tucked up next to him. And about the time I tucked up next to him, he's clear on the right side to start with, and he drives all the way down. And he didn't just turn all the way down, but he just eases it all the way down to the grass, down the backstretch. Eventually, I've got nowhere to go, and I stopped turning. I got to go straight again, and he just keeps coming. He clips the right front, and he spins, and then he comes down here complaining to us. But it's like you say, there's been everybody and their brother come down here, and none of them had a good thing to say about the guy yet. So You know, Gary Nelson was just down here. He saw the whole thing, said I did nothing wrong. So the only thing that's done, it's cost us our practice session for something in practice that didn't make any sense and there was no reason for. So my guys are here working hard trying to get the Home Depot Pontiac ready to go back out.
Marty?
Well, there's a fire inside the car of Robbie Gordon's. He just radioed to the crew and said, there's a fire, there's a fire. He came down pit road. The crew had no idea what was happening. As you hear Robbie on the radio trying to tell him what's going on, all they said was, I'm on fire, and the crew didn't know what was going on. He came down pit road. They saw the fire inside the car, trying to put it out. And Robbie Gordon is out of the car now, sitting on the pit wall. See if we can talk to him. Robbie, what happened inside the car?
I don't know, I left the pits, it caught on fire. I don't get it. Left pit lane, just caught on fire.
Any indication, is there any problems before that?
No, none at all. Big disappointment. Big disappointment.
As he said, a big disappointment. And that's an understatement. This team had high hopes. They really thought they had this race won, but obviously sitting in the pits, don't know what happened, but the car caught on fire inside of the Lowe Chevrolet.
Man, oh man, that's tough because Robbie was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, and he was in a good position to win this race.
But let's keep an eye on this.
Oh, Robbie
contact
got into the back of Jeff Gordon.
Caution is out. Mike Wallace gets spun around.
And Jeff Gordon has damage to the right front fender. He's got damage to the car and lost about 3 or 4 spots.
6th caution of the race.
I don't think Jeff is going to be very happy about that.
Well, let's see.
Nope.
Oh, there we go.
He just knew that was coming.
And now the 24 is going to be black flagged.
Well, you can't blame Jeff for being mad about that.
Well, this is not the way he wanted to end his championship season. Now he's going to be in the penalty box.
The radiator, guys, but
Did he punch the radiator out of it when he went up there and hit him? Is that what he just said?
Well, he's talking about
black flag, boy, buddy, gotta come in. He's ahead right there. I'll just take him out right now. Black flag, you're gonna have to come in.
That's it.
Go over pit road, I'm coming, buddy.
He's a little hot.
Yeah, he's a little hot.
Go, 4 tires. Listen, now there's only about 12 cars, something like that on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Do something to this thing. 4 tires, guys.
Well, let's go back and take a look at this.
The radiators, all right. Water's 250.
Let's go back and take a look at this little sequence here.
I mean, the picture say it all right there.
But you see, I'm not too sure that Jeff Gordon didn't get back of the 12 car.
Who'd have thought that his first win would come on an oval track instead of a road course? Jeff Gordon dominated, but it's Robbie Gordon who's going to score the victory. 5th first-time winner in Winston Cup competition this year.
I'm sure it's hard to put on a smile face right now, but was the contact from the 31 what spun you out?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. But see, everybody thought you couldn't make me mad. You can make me mad.
I can.
Everybody. You know, anybody really, but that 31 certainly did today. He should be embarrassed right now to win that race. It was going to be a heck of a battle. I mean, it was between me and him anyway, you know, and I just wish it would have been done fair and square instead of just knocking a guy out of the way. And we had some lap traffic to go through, and you got to be patient. I don't care if there's 15 laps to go. You got to know how to be patient. And, you know, it just didn't happen that way. But I'm just so proud of these guys this year. It's been a blessing to be involved with this great race team, and you know, what an effort that was today. I think we showed them, you know, that we weren't just going to come up here to New Hampshire and walk away. We wanted to come up here, show them what we're made of, and that was just an awesome effort. Just a shame.
Any regrets on the retaliation?
I was mad. You know, I mean, at the time, hey, I understand why guys do that kind of stuff. I just wish I would have taken his, tire down or something, at least so he wouldn't have won the race. I mean, I just didn't do a very good job of it. But, it's not what you want to do. It's not sportsmanlike, I know. But, hey, man, I didn't think it was sportsmanlike what he did to me, and they didn't penalize him. So.
All right, Jeff Gordon, obviously with a smile on his face, but still a little disgusted with his 15th place finish. Tell me about the run-in with Jeff Gordon.
Well, I think Jeff obviously slowed down because the 12 got sideways, and I got into him. I wouldn't wreck him to win unless it was the last lap, and I thought we were going to have a good enough car. He got sideways. When I got to him, and a little disappointed that I would have rather raced him clean.
He feels that maybe you weren't patient enough down the stretch there, Robbie, that you guys would have had a good battle for the win.
We would have had a good battle, and it would have been great for the fans. It's just amazing how many of these fans came out here to watch us race on Easter week or on Thanksgiving weekend. It's just it's unbelievable. Really, I want to thank Richard Childress, all the guys for believing in me, giving me the opportunity. It's been a long time since I won a race, and to do it at a somewhat of a short track in a Winston Cup car, I'm really happy.
I know you're thrilled. You've worked so hard to get here, but there are tough questions. Jeff Gordon said perhaps you should be embarrassed that you won this race in this fashion.
I remember Jeff Gordon wrecking someone to win a race before, so I'm not embarrassed. I'm very proud to be driving the Lowe's car, and I can't wait to be driving this singular car next year.
Meanwhile, Robbie Gordon took exception to a similar shot from Earnhardt Jr.
How about the incident afterwards? This is how it started when Dale Earnhardt Jr. bumped Robbie Gordon, and then after the race, Robbie Gordon retaliated.
Well, again, this is Bristol. Earnhardt Jr. felt like he was done wrong. He didn't have an opportunity to come back. This is what happens. But I disagree with what these guys are doing. This race is over with. You got a problem with one another, get out and settle it man to man. This here is being disrespectful.
All right, we got a little problem down here, little altercation with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and a couple of other folks. Dale, what's cooking?
That 31 wouldn't get out of the way. Lap down, racing the leaders with 10 laps to go, but that's why it takes 3 or 4 times for him to finally get into the Winston Cup Series, because they don't pay attention, they don't know what he's doing.
Wow, second fight in 2 days down here on pit road.
Yeah, the second in 2 years here after the checkered flag at Bristol. Whammo.
Well, I don't know why he would be running into me after the race. I mean, he's the one that knocked me sideways early, and he tried to run me into pit wall, so I hit him back. We had a good car all day. Singular car was a good car. Jeff Gordon snookered me at the start. That was unfortunate. I mean, he started to go, and then he stopped and let me get a stop and go. So, it's just the way it goes. Bristol's always exciting. I got to be honest, I had a lot of fun today. The car worked really good. We had a car that was easily good as a top 10 car. Just got to be up there to run there, and it's just really hard to get through traffic.
Robbie, this may be a dumb question. Is this a frustrating place to race?
It is, because so many times you can be as a victim of circumstance. Like, I was running along just fine, and Dale Jr. decided to, move me out of the groove. I lost 20 positions right there at that point. So, I didn't quite understand why he did that early in the race, and then after the race, why he ran into me again on the side. So, I don't know what I did to make him mad, but hey, nobody runs into me.
Robbie Gordon right behind him.
Just opens that door. I mean, he's a little wide going into one, and that gives Robbie room to get down under him. And, it's kind of a give and take thing.
Hang on to it, hang on to it.
Darrell, things are so close down there. If Robbie Gordon checks up, Kenny Schrader will get into him, and so on and so on and so on.
But the one thing I did not hear out of that spotter's radio is clear. I did not hear the word clear.
Burke did a good job of keeping the thing out of the fence. He spins it around, but here come the leaders.
And the reason he didn't hear clear, he was not clear.
5 laps to go.
He's getting a little impatient with Tony Stewart, and I think he wants to get Tony out of the way, and he did. Look at
Busch turned him around.
Caution is out.
He hadn't hit anything yet. He stayed off the wall.
Keep it off the wall there.
Go, go, go.
He saved it.
He got 197 TM.
I'm sure the 20 car played a role in all that. Robbie Gordon trying to stay off the 20 car.
Wild night. What happened with you and Robbie Gordon?
That was good stuff. We were running hard. We had a great engine tonight. Have to thank the Roush engine shop for that. Kenseth and I finished 3rd and 4th. Good to race Matt at the end. And set up all of that. We were racing hard. 20 was holding us up a little bit with the 31 and us and the 32 behind us. 20 slips getting into 1. 31 gets underneath them now. Now they're racing through 1 and 2, which creates a draft for the 3rd car. And the 31 was a little bit loose, and when I got there, I had a head of steam, and I hated to use him as a caution. But he dumped us at Richmond. I didn't feel like that was the right thing at Richmond, but I didn't feel like that was the right thing to do tonight. But we needed a caution to catch that 12. That was the only way it was going to be a show at the end.
And the 3rd car back, the Valvoline car, is the leader. Oh! And Jimmy Johnson gets turned right in the front of Mark Martin. John Andretti's in the crash. Gordon just got bumped. Jeff Gordon just got, I don't know how much damage.
Robby Gordon just
look at this.
Back of,
look at this.
Robbie's getting into everybody tonight.
So there's Jimmy. And he's not waiting to get in the ambulance, I don't think.
I think he's waiting to wave to his favorite driver right now.
Let's see. Let's see if that's correct.
Yeah, I think you're pretty safe with that.
Well, maybe he was waiting to go to the ambulance.
Safety worker's trying to wave him on.
You know what, safety worker? I wouldn't do that.
Listen to the crowd. Oh, it's Bristol. Now, Robby Gordon has been on pit road serving his penalty. A moment ago, we intercepted this radio traffic from his car to his team.
Robby, they're going to come in and hold you for 2 laps.
What? It's not right, because he missed the gear shift. They're going to hold me for 2 laps.
I'm just telling you what they said.
I mean, why are they going to do that, Richard? I drove my butt off all day long, and he missed the gear shift, and I'm in trouble.
10-4.
Single time, man. Just like about a jump to start last race. Just like Tony.
Jimmy, Robby is saying on his radio that you missed a shift. What happened?
Just like every form of racing he's ever been in, it's always somebody else's fault. He had me turned sideways before we even took the green. I didn't even have a chance to grab a gear. He was beating my bumper cover off me coming to the green because he wanted to restart in front of me. I'm trying to get my lap back as well, so he's just crying up a river like he always does. It's a shame. We got a chance to win the championship and we get spun out before we even take the green on a restart. It's wrong.
Look at Robby Gordon coming up alongside Joe Nemechek. Robby back on track after losing 60 laps for repairs, and he may have some more repairs to make right now.
Here's one thing. When you're 68 laps down and you start racing with guys aren't going to put up with that. If a guy's starting to race with me when somebody's 68 laps down, you're just not going to have any patience with them at all.
Nemechek got back on the lead lap coming to the caution, and Sterling Marlin's teammate Casey Mears getting 1 of 2 laps. He's down, back coming to the yellow. And Robby's going back behind the wall.
Still there. Another one's there. Inside.
Telling you what, 10 cautions, and we're just halfway in the race. We might be rocking and rolling here all night.
Now, an update on Robby Gordon. What happened this time, Robby?
I guess the 41 wanted to possess that space a little more than I did. We were just trying to survive, and I got up on the high side of the 25, and I don't know. I think he got it in my left rear corner. Maybe I came down on him, but I'm pretty sure he got it in my left rear corner. Yeah, you have to almost laugh when you have a night like we've had tonight. Starting with the accident in pit lane, when the floor was coming in, we were leaving. Had a really good race car tonight. Very disappointed for all the guys on the singular wireless team because we had a shot at winning this deal. As you saw right there, after a broken gear, I could still run right with Sterling Marlin. So a little disappointed, but it is what it is.
I've seen Robby Gordon going on the inside to make it 3 wide with Greg Biffle in that 29 car. And when he came up in front of the 16, looked like there might have been contact with Biffle. That turned him around. Oh, I see. This is a payback from the earlier spin out with Robby Gordon.
That's exactly what it is. And like I said, unfortunately, you get guys that have nothing to do with that, running for the championship, cost them.
Yep.
Remember earlier we saw the 31 car being spun by the 16, and this time that's the payback.
Be interesting to see if there's a call on this one. This is what needs to be done, and I commend NASCAR for it.
This time they looked at the tapes and said, we're going to penalize Robby Gordon 2 laps for rough driving.
Now down the backstretch.
It's like Michael turned the 7 car into the outside wall.
Robby's going to try and drive this back. Robby got it to the middle of the track. That's convenient. Now the helmet's off.
He may be looking for somebody. You think?
Matt?
Bill, I believe the car he's looking for is the Napa Chevrolet. Now, he said on the radio a number of comments as Michael just went by about the 15. Then he said, NASCAR, I hope you're listening. I will pay Michael Waltrip back.
I think he's going to try to pay him back with his helmet.
I don't know. Robby really loves his helmets.
Yeah. Those paint jobs are quite expensive, too, Wally.
They are, Matt. You're right. That's why you have second thoughts. Okay, here we go.
Car with the helmet off. Record just got there now.
Let's see the accuracy.
And it's a shot.
Oh!
Well, I guess you don't like the helmets that bad.
He put his helmet at my car. I told you that. What's going on? Well, that's just rude. It was his fault.
Robby used those same words in this race 1 year ago.
And, you know, I think that there's a difference of opinion there. Michael said it was Robby's fault, and I'm sure that Robby
doesn't see it that way.
Doesn't see it that way. That's right.
Okay, here's today's helmet tossing event.
Wow, that was pretty gutsy. It's like a bullfighter.
Tony about to run over the helmet.
Sure he doesn't.
Trailer is going to be busy after the race today.
Yep.
Robby obviously very frustrated with Michael Waltrip.
You know, Michael, everybody thinks Michael's this good guy. He's not the good guy like he actually is. The caution was out, and he wrecked me. And he's a piece of shit.
And we apologize for that language.
He may have to spend the night in the NASCAR trailer.
And we have heard Robby's side of the story. Benny's going to try and reach Michael again on his radio.
Hey, Michael, BP, you got me?
Yes, sir, BP. How's everything up in the old TNT booth? Or whatever it is.
You're right, Michael. It is TNT, and it's doing well up here, but it's craziness on the racetrack. Your version of what happened off turn 2.
Well, Robby just drove down in the corner like I wasn't even there and shoved me all the way up to the edge of the groove, and I kept giving and giving, and as we exited turn, short of me just driving the Domino's Pizza Napa Auto Parts Best Western Chevy into the wall, I had to finally stand my ground, Benny, and when I did, it hooked him and wrecked him. But he drives like he's in the desert or something.
I put you down in the desert there on the infield. And when he threw the helmet at you, we noticed on the onboard camera you ducked.
Well, I ain't no fool. I didn't know where. I never had that happen to me before. So I decided I would just mash the gas and duck and hope for the best. But, you know, I respect these cats I race against. And he just acted like I wasn't even there. And I just stood my ground, Benny.
All right, Michael, just want to let you know, in his interview, he said that it was your fault.
Well, it's half my fault. I agreed to come out here and race with him.
All right, Mikey, thanks, buddy.
Debris on the backstretch. Debris on the backstretch, bringing out this caution with 34 to go.
So, top 10 finish for you. Great night for you. We were looking at some debris possibility coming out of your car, roll bar padding, anything like that going on?
Not that I'm aware of. You know, we had a good run tonight. We broke a diff late in the race and had a shot at probably better finish than 10th. So I'm pretty happy with the run we had tonight.
And we're looking for, okay, Rob, we're showing it now here just so you can get a look at it. Can you guys run it back one more time because we didn't have it right in here. There you go. I'm messing up his hauler here. Robby, there's your car.
Is this what'd you see?
Back it up one more time, guys. We just get Robby get a good look at this. Keep going. Keep going back. Back, 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 back. We just want you to take a look because we're trying to figure out. It may have been something you ran over as well.
Might have been something I run over because I definitely didn't throw anything out the window, so I don't know.
Okay, we appreciate it. Top 10 run for you tonight, though.
Yeah. Let's roll it out and check it out. Looked like it came out from under the back of the car, actually.
Okay, how did you guys have been lucky dog a couple times tonight. I mean, it was a great comeback for you guys.
Yeah, we had a really good night. We lost. We had one bad pit stop. We lost a lap with that, and that hurt us. And you know, we had a good car. We had a top 10 car all night long. Just started last, and it was hard to get all the way back to the front.
Great. We appreciate you taking the time, Rob.
Thanks.
Bill.
Up front, Robbie Gordon by Ambrose, who goes back on him. Caution flags waving.
Well, we'll wonder what the loops are with this thing. Boy, we didn't see the pass, but it looks like the back of Ambrose's car, the right rear corner, is all tore up. So obviously, he might have repaid the favor.
And Robbie Gordon still sitting sideways on the track, trying to get turned back around the other way. So Robbie Gordon riding around next to Marcus Ambrose, probably. See if we have another look at it here.
We didn't see what happened.
Caution flag waving.
Yeah.
When they came around that corner. So, and this is just speculation on my part, but I'm speculating that Robbie Gordon is saying, hey, the caution flag was out, so I'm the race leader. Even though I got hit and spun.
And it looks like they put them, well, they've been messing with it. Oh, there's switched again. Gordon in the front, Ambrose
well,
in the front.
that's just where they're crossing the scoring loops on the racetrack, Randy, flipping the automatic scoring that you're looking at over there. The question has to come from race control. Who is leading the race? When did the caution come out? We're coming to the green flag. We're being Robbie Gordon still in line in second place on the racetrack. We're being told that he is going to be back around 12th place after they've reviewed the scoring. There it is. Couldn't see that coming, could you?
He might just have to drive off the island because NASCAR might be just a little mad at him.
All right, so the lead is changing hands here now. Kevin Harvick has just gone out in front. A confusing situation to this race. Robbie Gordon may now be first in line on the racetrack, but the lead belongs to Kevin Harvick. Back in Montreal, Kevin Harvick is the winner today here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Though still some ongoing action on the racetrack with Robbie Gordon, who has not been declared the winner by NASCAR. In fact, he was black flagged by NASCAR.
Vince, I'm here with Robbie Gordon. Got out of his race car, hopped on the roof, saluted the fans. Very rough racing there at the end. Robbie, what happened?
Well, if you want to know my opinion, I won the race. So I completed all the laps. And if you've seen this happen before, guys get spun when they slow down. That's exactly what happened with Marcus. He spun when I slowed down, and they tell me I'm going to go back to 17th. It's not the way it is. It's happened many times. They set precedents before, and we'll appeal it. We won this race.
You chose not to go do the black flag and stay out on the racetrack.
I went back to the position after I was spun, like it's happened many times before, okay?
Thank you, Robbie.
We do have Marcus Ambrose. We only have a minute here, Marcos. Your emotions, your thoughts, what happened? You knew that there was going to be an attack from Robbie Gordon, the 50th.
Yeah, I'm devastated. You know, I promised myself when I came to NASCAR that I've been given such a chance. But even if I have the worst day, I'm not going to be mad. And I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. You know, I feel bad for Kingsford Ford, my team. You know, it's just this close, you know.
An amazing attitude for a guy who's had the heartbreak of the day.
Here in the 33 car.
Oh, man.
See, Robbie Gordon just got into the 33 car. You know, he says he did it on purpose. I really don't believe that, guys. That was a racing accident coming off of turn 4. And those corners, I mean, it's tight corners going to the start-finish line. When you come off at turn 4, get that loose. But look at that hit. Thank God for the soft wall.
Absolutely. Tony is not happy out of the car, standing there on the edge of the racetrack. The car, you see it simmering and smoking. He's going to have a little discussion here, watching for the 27 car of Robbie Gordon to come by.
Well, don't throw that helmet. That thing costs about $2,500. Don't do that. Oh, man, you don't do that. You don't do that. A lot of money in the helmet. Frustrations, I know, but go kick the side of your house or something. Don't throw your helmet, man.
Well, then you might break your foot.
He had no business messing with us anyway. We were driving away from him.
And Robbie says it was $25,000 because he knows He's done that in his life before, and he knows how you learn from those big mistakes. You don't throw your helmet. That makes NASCAR mad, and it makes your helmet mad, too.
Well, it's made actually it's $28,000. That's a $3,000 helmet, correct?
Hey, man, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
You're
man,
right.
I'm doing the math.
Why throw the helmet there? What happened?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. You know, I thank Roadlows for sponsoring the race and sponsoring my cars. Unfortunately, they can't keep idiots like Robby Gordon from driving race cars. And I think the film shows the truth.
Did you know what happened right away before your spotter told you it was Robby?
I don't know what his problem is. He doesn't even know what his problem is.
It's just at the top of your screen here. There's the 12 car getting into the 7 as he exited turn 1.
Robby was having a pretty aggressive attack here. Good run up high there. And it's in progress. So he gets a tap after he spun from David Stremme, but that was just because Stremme had nowhere to go up high.
12 is getting wrecked, okay? I don't care, NASCAR can park here, whatever, but he's getting wrecked. 2 times, he wrecked me in 1, and he wrecked me in 3.
It kind of developed on back in the corner. See, Robby Gordon is trying to send a message to David Stremme. I don't think David was accepting it too well here. You see, Stremme pulls over to the inside. They continue to race. Go down into the tunnel turn. Everything's okay right here. But as we exit, it's like, did Robby Gordon turn down on him there, Dale?
No. It looked like Stremme lost the nose of his car right there.
Now we are being told that there will be a 5-lap penalty for the 7 car and the 12 car. Now you've heard of the penalty box. You're about to see it invoked here.
Basically instigated some contact. There he is. He's still leaning on him. Well, this could be fun. There's the end result. We don't have exactly how it started.
Well, where we showed those guys arguing about that space up there was in the chicane inner loop part of the racetrack at the bus stop there, and this was coming out of there. So we can only speculate, but you got to think that something along those lines took place.
Apparently we got in a little grudge match after he cut down my tire, and he decided to recommend the caution, which is it's not real cool, I think. You know, putting someone in danger to wreck under caution, and he gets lucky enough to get the lucky dog after all that. So it's a pretty raw deal to race someone. It's pretty stupid. If you can't fix stupid, it's forever. So, you know, you remember that, you put it in your memory bank, but I tell you what, it's a pretty wrong way to race somebody.